All right. Oh my goodness. Fox Island.
Here we are.
Here we are. It is so beautiful out here.
I love it.
Yeah, I took the drive from downtown Tacoma to Fox Island today, and it was just like a movie, right? Like birds were chirping and like rolling hills and leaves on the trees. And is this what it's like living in Fox Island?
It's just magic all the time. No, it does have a totally different vibe because you get to cross that last bridge.
Yes.
And you've got Rainier on the left, the Olympics on the right, and water everywhere, and your like blood pressure just goes down. Like, okay, you wash the day off when you come across the bridge.
I have to say that is kind of an elite thing about Fox Island, because Gig Harbor people talk about crossing the Narrows Bridge, right? It's like, oh yeah, we come home and it's just we cross the bridge. But if you live on Fox Island, you get a second bridge.
Yeah. It's a double cleanse.
A double cleanse. And I was thinking about that when I came here. I'm like, you really are on an island. You're really out there. And yet it didn't take me very long to get here.
It's just, well, exactly 17 minutes to the Narrows Bridge.
That's incredible.
Yeah, from this house. So
you really feel like you're in this very retreat-like setting.
But really less than 20 minutes to the store, to get really anywhere, and absolutely no traffic.
Yeah, and I noticed even as we were coming in, like I thought, oh, I'm in the woods now. And then there was a gas station with a little restaurant, I think.
Ooh, we have a little speakeasy.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so I'm still in civilization.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's live music at that little speakeasy Fridays, like all summer long. It's awesome.
So this is why people move to Fox Island, right?
Yes.
The water.
The water.
What do people say when they're moving out here? Like, what are they looking for?
They're looking for a little more space.
Yeah.
A little more privacy. Low bank waterfront. And just the slower vibe, for sure.
I can feel it. I can just feel it being here.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to buy a house on Fox Island? And I know there's probably a variation in answer, because like these waterfront homes clearly are going to be at a premium, but there's also a lot of homes sort of on the interior of the island. So I imagine there's an average price, and then there's like the waterfront price, and then the interior price, right?
100%.
So how does that all work on Fox Island?
Fox Island has a huge range, kind of like anywhere, but a little bit more so because there's so much waterfront per capita.
Yeah.
So the average price gets elevated just by the mere, proximity to the water.
Right, there's just so much waterfront here.
Yeah.
So a waterfront home on Fox Island, what is the range? Like, what are you looking at if you want to have a waterfront home?
This home we have listed at 3.7 million. But I would say even 1.5, depending on the square footage and just the state of the house. A big factor is a dock.
Yes.
If there's a dock, because permitting, again, is just so much harder. So if you can find that house with a dock already in place, it's a premium.
Okay, so people will pay more for the dock, and then they'll make the house work with the waterfront. Okay,
exactly.
Got it. And so basically, fixer-upper or a very small house on the waterfront in Fox Island, starting around $1.5 million.
Yeah.
Going up to 3, 4, beyond.
Beyond.
Okay. Now, what if you want a house on Fox Island that is not waterfront? How much would a house on the interior of the island be?
Yeah, that also has a range, but it's pretty around 700. You might be able to get a little lower, but most of the homes on Fox Island have some land.
This is what I was going to ask you about, because it does seem like you get property here.
Yes.
Like it's kind of back in the day, like you're getting an acre, you're getting a little bit of room.
Yes, that's right. So you're going to pay a little bit more, but you've got this land that is also a premium when you look at Gig Harbor or Tacoma when you're comparing.
Well, and I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Like I was driving past like actual log homes on the way in, and the idea that you could live in a log home on a little bit of land 30 minutes from downtown Tacoma, I mean, that's pretty wild.
It's incredible, yeah.
So I never understand the whole no bank, low bank, high bank, waterfront. Like, what are the differences between the different types of waterfront?
Well, when you're looking at high bank, most of the time you're really not going to have access to the water.
Okay.
You're not going to have a dock. in most cases. You might have some really steep stairs to get down to the beach, but it's going to be difficult to get there. You're normally buying high bank for the view.
Okay. So what is low bank waterfront then?
Low bank is easy access. You're walking straight from your house to your dock. Your beach is maybe a couple stairs down, but you're right there, you're on it, you're living it, your toes are in the sand all the time.
Okay. And this house that we're in right now, this is low bank.
This is low bank at its finest.
Right, you're just like walking
sure.
down the steps and like I'm in the sea.
And we're here,
Yeah.
yes. And this sand spit is very rare. This is like, it doesn't get any better than this right here.
Are there ever oysters?
Yes, yes. Although you want to be a little further out for the oysters.
You don't want to get them here.
A little warm.
You want to go over there.
Yeah, yes. But you can dig clams here.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure clams.
Okay, so I know some folks that are moving to the Gig Harbor area, Fox Island. They're looking for waterfront because they have a big boat. And they want to be able to know that the depth of the water is deep enough and the dock is going to be like good for their big boat. Clearly I'm a boat person and I know how to ask these questions. But like, yeah, what is the situation? How do you assess, you know, for Fox Island, are there a lot of these kinds of, this seems like a dock that can handle a pretty big boat.
The homeowner kept a 40-foot boat on this dock year round. We're protected out here. You're able to do it. There's 2 days because we get big fluctuating tides where he had to put it out on his buoy. That's just on a minus tide situation.
Okay. All right. And is that pretty common on Fox Island, or is there a range of depths that people need to be mindful of if the home they're buying has a dock? How do they check that out?
It's pretty rare to have a true deep water dock like this one. Those simply aren't permitted anymore.
Okay, so you have to get one that's been there for a really long time.
Already been there.
Yeah.
And still you're gonna plan, this is very common, you're gonna plan on moving it to the buoy a couple days a year.
When it's really rough out there and the tide's really far out.
Really low minus tide.
Okay, and then if you don't have one of these amazing docks, there is a Fox Island Yacht Club, correct?
Yes.
Are there like multiple spots to keep your boat on Fox Island?
Well, a lot of people, if they don't have the dock, will use a buoy and maybe they have a float or a shorter dock. But Fox Island Yacht Club is like the place to go. They have tons of social events too. They've got concerts.
Yeah.
So it's really not just to keep your boat. It's like a really fun hangout.
It's a social hub for the island.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so if you live on Fox Island, how long does it take to get places? Like, for example, if you were going to downtown Tacoma, how long would it take to drive from Fox Island to downtown Tacoma?
Downtown, I would give it about 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Allow for parking and a little traffic when you get to Tacoma.
What about something like Joint Base Lewis McChord? How long does it take to get from Fox Island to JBLM?
Probably 40, 45 minutes.
Okay. And then if I was going to the airport, obviously that can be arranged with traffic, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think best case scenario, plan on an hour.
Yes.
You could probably get there a little under.
Yeah.
But you know how that goes, and so maybe a little more too. But
right, so like hour and 15, hour and 20 if you're padding for traffic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what if you're going to downtown Seattle? I know we're not exactly commuting distance from downtown Seattle from Fox Island, but how long does it take if you're going up there for an event or a meeting?
Yeah, if you're going, like you're gonna go for a night out and have fun, you're looking at a probably really safe an hour and a half. That's like worst case scenario.
Okay, great.
Okay, so one of the questions I have is about sort of like the community life on Fox Island, because we're in a rural location, right? You're not like right on top of your neighbor here. So what is the social life like? Is it a close community or do people kind of keep to themselves?
It's a little of both. So you're gonna get some recluse people here that don't really want to be like on the beaten path.
Right, that makes sense.
For the most part, it's a really great community. You're out here, and so people support each other. Your neighbor is definitely your neighbor. They do tons of community events. There's a whole island garage sale in the summer. They do lots of events at the fire station. There's a tiny little art museum. And it's so cute. When you cross the bridge, there's a reader board and it tells you like what's coming next.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so everyone sees it because everyone has to pass it to get, to get home.
So what are sort of the key gathering places on the island? I mean, the island's so small, I wouldn't have even known to ask you that question, but it turns out there are some key gathering places.
Well, I would say for sure Zogs. I mean, it's so fun. It's super casual. The food's great. You can run in on your way home and grab a pizza and, you have dinner for the night. I would say too, there's a lot of little beaches. So there's like public beach access, and that is a huge thing where friends meet up to go for a walk. They're walking the beach. So that's kind of the more like community, like you're meeting up and getting together.
And then you were talking about the Fox Island Yacht Club for more like community events, for big gatherings. Like I think people have weddings and funerals and all kinds of stuff there.
Yeah, I had my son's graduation party was there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's a great meeting place. You can do, just like you said, events, or just go hop on the boat. It's also a great place, like if you have a friend with a boat and maybe you don't have a boat.
This is my lifestyle.
Right? You can go hop on. So it's a great place.
Thanks for that pro tip, Kris.
Yes, it's a pro tip.
That's where you find friends with boats.
I'm not sure they advertise that, but you can do it.
That's awesome.
Well, Kris, this has been so great. Thank you for showing me Fox Island.
I am so happy you were here. I loved hanging out with you.
So just in closing, what do you think is the thing you would want people who are exploring the area in the greater Tacoma area, what should they know about Fox Island?
You have to come experience it before you make any assumptions.
Right.
Yeah. Once you cross that bridge, you'll be in love.
You got to see it to believe it.
That's right.
If you liked this, definitely visit movetotacoma.com, where we have dozens of neighborhood guides, hundreds of episodes of the podcast where we interview real Tacomans about what life is really like here.
Move to Tacoma, move to Tacoma, move to Tacoma.
You'll like it.
Move to Tacoma, move to Tacoma, move to Tacoma.com.